So,
Go on. Or were you just about to sing like a Disturbed song?
no.
So, are you breathing?
Just make some noises.
That fucking video, that Best of Disturbed. So, he just does that the whole time. Just every song is Yamana. Oh, they're terrible.
Sounds about right.
They're really bad.
It's 4 o'clock.
It is 4 o'clock. You know what that means? Oh, do I do this?
It's
I
your
haven't
intro,
done it in
man.
a really long time.
It's been ages.
Whoa. I just moved my hand, but I didn't move my hand over here.
Yeah, it's extra delayed.
I'm freaking out, man.
Bro.
Huh. Yeah.
You are freaking out, man.
So I could go like this point. I'm like, hi, Ryan. You look great. And then if I look back over here, I'm going to talk to myself. Look at that. Look at that's a good looking guy.
Dang, you called it too. Holy shit, that was creepy, man.
I'm going to start giving out lottery numbers.
This is Ryan coming to you from the future.
I wonder if I could figure out what the delay is and turn the volume up and sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat with myself.
Do it.
That would be badass.
It wouldn't be that badass.
Why that song?
Because it has like a repeatable, the row,
it's
row,
one
row
of those
your
songs
boat,
where
and then someone else comes in, row, row, row your boat, and you just keep going.
But then you'd have to
Or you could just do the David Draymond noise.
Oh.
And
Which one,
repeat that.
Wow. I don't know which one he makes anymore.
Yeah, he's rubbish.
Oh, wow. I can't even do that. I'm too old. All right, let's make magic.
Excuse me. Thank you.
It was very good, Chester. It was very good.
Yeah, thanks. Keep it going. Keep it going. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Okay.
Audience turned on me.
I know, right? So I have to turn the applaud sign off. All right.
Dead silent.
I really do need dead silence.
For what?
So I can cut that annoying ass hiss out.
Let's go ahead and get it started.
Welcome to You Guys Are No Fun, episode 30. I'm Ryan.
I'm Chester.
And with us, as always, is Chester's friend with all that hair.
Alika.
Thanks, I couldn't remember how to pronounce your name.
Young Hawk.
Young
Young
Hawk?
Eye.
Is that what it stands for?
Young. Jesusinho.
Is that like some kind of Spanish?
Yeah, I don't know. I get called by many different names.
Yeah.
You can just call me Alika.
Where is the origin of your name?
Hawaii.
Oh, yeah?
It's
Yeah.
Hawaiian.
Means Eric.
I would have never guessed.
Basic.
Eric?
Basic as fuck.
Hi, I'm Eric.
Chester doesn't mean anything. Chester doesn't even mean, Justin.
How do you feel about
something.
that?
You know what's funny? I work with a Hawaiian guy named Lawakua,
Yeah?
and he goes by Justin.
Does
Speaking
he?
of Justin, yeah.
What does Lawakua mean?
I don't know. Probably like fire god or something. I don't know shit about Hawaiian
I got
people.
one of the bad beers I picked is Hawaiian. I should go grab that and put one of these back.
No.
Too late.
No, you've already.
It's too late.
This is your dishwashing
We're
liquid.
committed.
You're soaking it.
I don't even know what that name means.
Yeah.
What was it? Lawakua?
Yeah. I don't. Do you want me to Google some dude's name real quick?
I think it means Cubra Libre.
It means chupacabra.
Chupacabra. It's Hawaiian for goat sucker. Sucker of goats. Can you imagine naming your kid that? You know what?
You don't know what I do on weekends.
That little bastard looks like he's going to suck goats when he grows up.
It sounds dirty, dude.
Yeah, it does.
Sounds nasty.
I got to get this kid in the 4-H program right away.
Oh, man.
This would be the one time when someone from work listens to this and be like, hey, Justin, dude, Ryan's talking mad shit about you on here.
Oh, he said your name
Justin,
means
I'm sorry. You're a lovely man.
goat sucker. Right? Why you put him on blast like that? Now the whole internet's going to be
I didn't say his last name.
hitting him up.
Hitting him up. Hey, bro, I got a goat. You want to come over later? It's all right. They shut down Backpage. You can't do that anymore.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty sad, you know? Where am I going to sell guns at now? And get hookers.
The gun show?
Where am I going to get hookers?
I couldn't
the
help you
gun
with
show?
that one,
At
man. I have no idea.
Where do you get your hookers?
I've never ordered
I've never ordered
ordered one of those. I've never
Do
ordered
they
one.
deliver? That's a good question.
Oh, they
actually.
deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there's an app for that.
There probably is.
Someone's working on it.
Guarantee there's an app for that.
It's called Tinder.
Right?
The single mom's app.
Or Grinder, you know, whatever you're into.
Yeah.
I'm not here to judge.
Right.
Speaking of judging, Chester, what have you been up to?
Grinder, mostly.
Just grinding, man. Just grinding all over. We're playing footsies
grinding.
down here, by the way. Speaking
Just-
of Grinder.
All the transgender women on Grinder are hookers. What is up with that?
Really?
So when you meet
Can't
them,
I
you
just
gotta pay?
Bang a tranny for free?
No.
Come on,
You
dude.
gotta pay. They gotta pay for those fake tits. Shit ain't free.
Saving up for that surgery.
Yep. You know?
What have I been up to other than just, I mean, I have almost 100% at God of War.
That's been your life.
I've got every raven, all of Odin's ravens, every artifact, everything.
Oh, it's Raven.
Killed all 8 Valkyries. The only thing left to do is kill the Queen Valkyrie, and that bitch fucks me up so bad every time.
I've beaten one Valkyrie.
Yeah.
I have not gotten all the Ravens. I've beaten the game. I want to platinum the game.
Yeah, me too.
I want to marry that game. God of War is going to be Game of the Year on that console.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the console. It's the game of the generation for sure.
I think Red Dead is going to give it a run for its money. But
You're wrong, Chester.
that's fair.
Damn,
I
dog.
think you're wrong.
I think they should have delayed it until 2019 so that it
Yeah.
could get God of the Year.
God of the Year.
God of the Year. Game of the Year for 2019. But
Yeah,
No.
you look at
Game of War. What is wrong with me?
I don't know.
I'm on my 3rd beer.
yeah, dude, that's
Yeah, you weren't hungover. You were drunk still.
Maybe that's what it
Yeah.
was.
it's an embarrassment.
Yeah,
I know,
you're
you
really
know.
bringing the whole show down. Why did you bring this guy?
No, man.
Right? You should have not invited me.
You look at God of War.
Did you- Oh, sorry. go ahead.
No, it's all good. You look at God of War from the beginning. When the franchise started, the games progressively got better every time. When
Yeah.
when the game first came out, I was working at GameStop, and Devil May Cry 3 was coming out at the time. And I was a hardcore Devil May Cry fan, and when God of
Yeah.
War, I was like, oh, the game looks cool, but it's not going to be better than Devil May Cry 3. And God of War ended up being better,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And I was like, there's no way they can top this game.
Even the PSP games were good.
Was
Yeah.
it the same studio as Devil May Cry? It wasn't.
No,
was it?
no. Santa Monica does God of War, and Capcom does Devil May Cry.
That's
but
right.
When I finally played the game, I was like, they're not going to top it, and they topped it in 2.
Because it had a similar. I remember one of the first things I noticed is when you kill enemies, they would leave little glowing red orbs, like
yeah.
Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
And so I thought maybe it was the same studio, but
Yeah.
Fucking rip off. God of War is just a fucking
It's just
Devil
a
May Cry rip
big
off.
fucking ripoff.
I mean, he looks just like Dante.
He does.
He does, doesn't he?
He sounds the same.
He's got that huge sword and he like jumps 800 feet into the air.
He
and
jumps
flies
around
across like a fucking anime character. Ugh. Devil May Cry.
You know, I missed the double jump. That was
Yeah.
one thing I missed in this one because
Yeah.
you had the
I was
double
kind of
jump in
disappointed
the
reading
others.
that before it came out.
There's no
What?
jump. There's
Yeah,
no jump
there's
at
no
all.
jump in fucking God of War.
True.
Yeah.
He's old, man. He's got bad knees.
He's got bursitis.
He's got bursitis. So, inside joke, I have bursitis.
Ryan has bursitis.
I bitch about it a lot. It doesn't really bother me that much, but I make a really huge deal about it.
That's about all I've been up to. I started watching the Lost in Space series.
How is that?
It's okay. I haven't finished it, which says something. Because if something's good on Netflix, I'll binge watch it in a weekend.
But you also got God of War going on.
There's God of War. I started watching Crashing on HBO because discovered that my roommate pays for Hulu. I didn't discover that. I knew that. But you can pay an extra $5 a month to have HBO. So we pay, or he pays like $13 a month now for HBO and Hulu. So I started watching Crashing on HBO, and it's just pretty funny.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even. I just got it so I could watch cartoons. I like Family Guy and Futurama. I didn't realize there's so much stuff on there. It's
there's a
fucking
lot.
insane.
There's a lot.
Entertainment at your fingertips. You know, who would have thought? You know, just a few years ago,
Right?
it wasn't like this.
Apparently not Blockbuster Video.
Right? Yeah.
Man.
Oh, my PlayStation plays DVDs? Who gives a shit?
They folded so fast. You know, I want to kind of rewind a little bit. I couldn't help but notice that you said that your friend pays for Hulu and you're using his Hulu. We just had a conversation earlier about how your friend pays for Xbox Live.
Oh, I pay for my own live.
What is it that your friend pays for?
They'd like tether their consoles or some shit.
My Xbox, his Xbox Live account is my Xbox's home account.
Yeah.
So, like, you can tether account like systems together. In fact, you
Right.
can do it with PlayStation as well. You can make someone else's account the home account,
Right.
and every digital game they buy, you can then get on your console.
That's right. Now, I'm not going to hate on you for that, but I
Great
just
way
want
to
to
stick it
say,
to the man.
I want to say that you got your shit together, man. You know how to game the system.
I've seen you for a while, but you really come
Well,
a long way, man.
You know, I used to pirate shit all the time. Now I'll just let someone else pay for it.
That's good, man.
I pay for the Xbox Live account.
Dude, you got to watch
so
out for your
literally only
pocketbook.
Microsoft is getting your money at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
That pocketbook factor, man.
But, like, he bought Sea of Thieves, which is fucking garbage. But I told him, because I was interested, I was like, hey, I'll split the cost with you. Like, we'll both pay $30.
Yeah.
And he just bought it and was like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll just pay for it. And like, okay. And I'm glad that I didn't pay for it, because that game fucking sucks.
It looked terrible,
It's not fun.
but the water looks really nice.
Doesn't it just?
That's all I ever saw about that game. Everyone was talking about how good the water looks. No one's ever like,
Oh.
this is the greatest game I've ever played.
But the water in God of War looks good, too.
Oh, it looks all right.
Everything in God of War looks good. You know what my
Yeah.
favorite part about the graphics in God of War, and it's going to sound extra whack, is Kratos, man.
He's fucking ripped.
He looks dope as hell.
Well,
His
I
facial
mean-
expressions, the wrinkles, the beard, the dirt in his fingers, like everything.
Oh, his hands are always filthy.
Yeah, amazing.
And the only reason I noticed that is because one of the dwarves is a germaphobe. And he's always just like, doesn't want to touch anything, wears gloves all the time.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have even noticed that Kratos had dirty hands
Mhm.
if not for that dwarf being a germaphobe.
They probably did that on purpose. So they was like, we should show everyone how much attention to detail we
Right.
made. Look at how dirty his hands are.
Right?
How do we show everyone this?
But just like, he looks so real. He's just down to the pores on his fucking skin. Like, he looks so real. It's awesome.
I think that was key to. I feel like the director was trying to get players to have an emotional experience with the game, man. And I know that sounds weird, but I felt you feel for the character for
Yeah.
sure.
I love the beard, too.
Mhm.
It's so different from his pointy little goatee.
His fucking little Fred Durst beard.
Yeah.
Oh man, Fred Durst.
Brian, what have you been up to?
I've just been sitting in the other room while you guys sit back here and podcast.
Not playing God of War.
Not playing God of
Fucking
War. I don't
piece
know,
of
man.
shit, dude.
I was in Taiwan for a couple weeks.
What
I
were you
was
doing in Taiwan?
Working.
Lady boys.
Lady boys mostly, but working. Putting in work. If you know
Putting
what I
in
mean.
work.
Putting in work.
No, working, and then I was in California working, and then I went to Sholo, and I wasn't working, and now I'm finally fucking back. Finally.
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 It's been weeks.
And now I can buy God of War. I've been waiting for it for years. That's the only. I swear to God, I have like 4 games for the PS4.
That's
I
it.
haven't really played anything on it. I've been waiting for God of War to come out. So, and then it comes out, and I was in California when it came out.
Yeah.
I tried to play video games while I was there, and I went to a goddamn fucking GameStop,
Why?
and because I needed a controller, I forgot my controller. Right, so I had my laptop. I had downloaded some games, ready to go, and I'm like, oh, I forgot my fucking controller. So yeah, because I'm that guy, I play PC games with a controller. Don't judge me. Anyways, so I went down to the fucking GameStop and I'm like, hey, you got a wired Xbox 360 controller? Yeah, man, got you, bro. Because everyone that works at GameStop talks like that, right? That's how they
Yeah, and
Gotcha,
we throw up
bro.
little signs,
They all
bro signs from the
vape.
90s.
Yeah.
they
They all vape. They all have gauged ears.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the ones.
So he gave me the
like
shitty
GameStop.
GameStop brand Xbox 360 controller. And I got it back to the room. I took it out. I fired up BioShock Infinite.
And you loved it.
Oh no! I've already beat it. I started playing it again when I was in Taiwan, and I was in continue, and I maybe played for about 5 minutes, and it just started shooting randomly.
Oh my god!
I'm like, oh god! Oh,
what game was this?
BioShock Infinite.
Okay.
It was just shooting randomly.
Yeah.
And I'm just, come on, man.
That sucks.
And I already had about waiting for the game to fire up. I had drank about 6 beers, and so I couldn't go back to GameStop. And I went back, and I'm like, hey, this controller is terrible, and I want to change it out for another one. You want another one of these ones that we made in China, or do you want like a real one? So like, do you have an OEM one? Why didn't you offer me that when I fucking asked for an Xbox 360 controller? And so he goes up and he grabs it. It's fucking wireless. I need a wired one, man. I need to be able to hook it up to my USB. Oh well, you could get the Xbox One controller and use the Bluetooth. I don't have an Xbox One. I'll have literally no other use for it. I have 5 fucking 360 controllers at home. This will do me no good. Do you have a wired Xbox 360 controller? Oh, never mind. Just give me my fucking money back. That fucking place just aggravates me so fucking much. Like, stop trying to sell me a bunch of shit.
Fuck GameStop, and we'll get to that.
If you would have just sold me,
we'll get to that.
An OEM Xbox 360 controller, you would have had my money. You would never fucking heard from me again.
In fact,
but no.
Spoiler: this episode is going to be largely a fuck you to GameStop.
Like about 70% of our stuff.
Right.
a lot of inside information on GameStop.
That's right. Alika here was a general manager of a GameStop.
For 10 years.
10 fucking years?
Wow.
10 years, man. 10 years. I
would have fucking killed
myself. Took it with no oil.
Wow. Yeah. No lube.
What else have I been up to?
Barebacks.
I tiled my floor. I always do the worst things.
Boring.
I'll do anything fun. I went to the Grid last night. For those of you that live in the Phoenix metro area, the Grid is it's like a, what do they call it? Barcade.
You said it's better than Cobra.
It's better than Cobra. I know a lot of people love Cobra downtown Phoenix, but this one's in Mesa, and it's fucking badass. It's not as crowded. Tons of free games. Cobra used to have free games. Don't they charge now?
Yeah, you have to. They have do they still charge quarters?
Ever since I started going to Cobra, you had to put your dollars in the machine, and they give you little Cobra coins.
That's right. They don't even take quarters anymore.
When
you
they
have to get
first opened, it was
Cobra
free.
Coins.
They were all free play.
Yeah.
So we went right after they opened, and then they started charging. I'm like, ugh.
Cash is king.
You're already buying a shitload of beer.
And the beer is expensive.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's just, fuck that place.
You know what's crazy? Like, the first time I went to Cobra, I thought it was a little weird. For me, you can't help but profile people and, like, judge people. But it's like, I felt like when I went there, I was like, these people don't know shit about these games.
No, they really don't. Bubble Bobble, what's that? Is that new? I never heard of it.
They're hipsters. Yeah.
I did get rocked in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 one time I went there. This dude was really good. He used dude was a little bit of a tier whore, I could say. He used a Magneto, Sentinel, and Psylocke combo on me, and I got completely destroyed. So that was like the one dude where I was like, okay, this guy knows his games. But
Ryan, does any of that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You guys can talk about that.
I haven't played the newer one, but
Marvel
vs. Capcom 2, I was a big fan of Spider-Man, Venom, or Spider-Man and War Machine combo was always good for me. I like War Machine. His canon's a little OP, but I like it.
I'm a little bit of a tier whore too. I like using Magneto. Any team with that has Magneto in it. And the new Marvel vs. Capcom.
Is it
my god! It's a fun game. There's a lot of good qualities to the game, but it doesn't feel like the classic. Like it just with the music, Marvel had a lot more control of the game, so it didn't have that arcadey style music and. Sounded like a Marvel Cinematic Universe soundtrack, and it was
you're like, come on, man.
Yeah, I want the crazy loud noises.
I want blips and chimes.
Yeah.
Give me more blips.
But overall, the gameplay was fun. It's dead now, though.
Yeah.
Well, there's my whole life. That's what I've been up to.
Let's get some bad beers.
So let's drink terrible beers.
Let's drink terrible beers.
All right.
I almost bought you a Bud Light Chelada.
I would have loved you.
Just because I know that you would hate that. But we're discovering new bad beers.
Oh, my God.
The point.
I found there's another new weird Bud Light flavor out I saw the other day. I just remembered it right when you said that.
What was that one
I can't wait to feed it to you.
We had? It was like Bud Light lime brand, but it was mango flavor.
Was it mango? It was something, or pineapple or something. It was terrible. They got a bunch of them now. They're like Bud Light wine coolers.
Oh, they're fucking
Light
garbage.
wine coolers. That's like double negative, man.
Yeah, man.
That's shitty.
It's terrible. And I did it to somebody, and I feel good about
it. Ryan, well, no, I got to give out 2 beers.
Yeah, you got to give out 2.
Okay. So, Ryan, I know that you don't like porters.
You're correct.
So I got you vanilla caramel porter.
Oh, God. I really hate caramel, too.
This is from Mudshark Brewery. That might be a racist name.
It sounds racist.
It's a local brewery. They're out of Arizona.
I know.
Vanilla caramel porter.
They generally make decent beers, but I hate porters.
Oh,
so.
I got to read this. A good bard wrote, "What's in a name?"
I fucking hate it.
We have it on good authority. It's vanilla and caramel. Mostly chocolate with a slight hopping to balance the sweetness.
Oh my God, you're spontaneously growing a tight flannel shirt.
This porter is one smooth operator anytime, anywhere.
Oh,
There you go, Ryan.
At least it's not asking me to go hiking and pack it out or something.
Suck on that. And for Lika, I have from Boulevard Brewing, Jam Band.
Oh, shit.
I hope it tastes like jelly. Does it taste like jelly?
It's a berry ale with blueberry and raspberry and cherry.
Oh, my God.
With a name like Smucker's, it has to be good.
The can looks like I should be on mushrooms to enjoy it.
You want some mushrooms, bro? I can make some phone calls.
I've known Alika for a number of years, and I've never seen him wear anything but black.
Okay.
Yes.
And this colorful, fruity beer here is it's a nice contrast.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to keep it metal with that purple can in your hand, bro.
Everything, it has to be metal, man. Everything has to be black, like the storm of justice.
So, Chester, I went through our horde of bad beers. We have a whole horde that 2 6-packs, seriously, full 6-packs.
For the horde.
Yeah, and I found a lovely
I think I bought that.
Dark Swan Sour Ale.
I hate sour.
I know.
You like sours?
He hates sours. I picked this especially for you. Everything else sounded like you might enjoy it, and I knew you would hate this.
Nice.
So go fuck yourself.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I haven't been here in a while.
Ryan.
I'll go ahead and
bust open that.
start you off here.
I'm gonna. Where's the bad beer opener?
Let's. What is this called? Wafting or what? When you spill a chemical, you're not supposed to smell
bouquet.
it. You just go like this.
It's the bouquet.
So you don't poison yourself. Is what I'm trying to
Does
do.
it have a good nose on it? Does it smell like vanilla and caramel?
No. It smells like dirty sheets.
Oh, man. Dirty sheets.
Will you hand me that Shadow of War box?
Yes, I will.
That's our bad beer bottle opener.
It tastes like... What's in here? Yeah, it definitely, like someone overcooked the caramel. It just tastes like burnt sugar.
Just burnt sugar?
Yeah, I think there's coffee in here, too.
It doesn't say that.
I hate coffee.
Burnt sugar.
This is terrible, Chester. This is not good. I bet there's someone that would fucking love this.
Oh, I guarantee it.
I can taste the vanilla. I definitely taste caramel, which I fucking hate. And that coffee taste that porters have sometimes.
Yeah.
I hate all of that. I hate all of those things.
Would you say it's a smooth operator?
I didn't throw up. Look, I don't have goosebumps this time. I usually get goosebumps from these shitty ass beers.
Dude, that says Mud Shark on it?
Yeah.
That's the name of the brewery.
Are you fucking serious?
And it's an Arizona brewery.
Oh, my God.
I don't think it is racist, though.
It says made with the sun on Arizona's coast, whatever that means.
Oh, my God.
I don't know.
Solar powered.
Who greenlights this stuff, man? There are people there are people that work for these companies that create these beers, and somebody's like, let's greenlight.
You know what it reminds me of?
You know what drives me crazy about this?
You know those like roasted coffee beans people just eat? Yeah. That's what it reminds me of. Like those chocolate covered coffee beans.
It even says in the description, mostly chocolatey. Why the fuck does it say vanilla on it?
I don't know.
But do
you taste it now? Chocolate covered coffee beans?
Yeah. You know what it tastes like?
It doesn't taste like anything that it says on the can.
It doesn't taste like vanilla or caramel. It tastes
like a porter.
It tastes like a mocha fucking... those Java monsters?
Yeah.
It tastes like one of those. It tastes like a mocha flavored Java monster.
Oh, that's why it's terrible.
Yes.
I'll tell you what it doesn't taste like. It doesn't taste like the Huss Brewing Company coffee Kolsch. It tastes like a really bad knockoff.
Thanks, Mud Shark.
Oh, God. Mud Shark.
Thanks, Mud Shark. God, that's
Jesus.
such a fucking terrible name for a brewery. We like black women. And we brew beer. Mud Sharks.
Does it work both ways?
Can
a guy be a mud shark?
Yeah.
All right. Hell, I banged a black chick. I'm a mud shark now, I guess.
I did too, man.
Sign me up.
Couple of Mud Sharks.
Mud sharks unite, bro.
I can't believe I'm still tripping
We're
out.
going to
on
rename our podcast Mud Sharks.
Oh man, who's next?
Go ahead.
All right.
Actually, let me get you to open this for me with the Shadow of War bad
The
beer.
official Shadow of War bottle opener.
Everyone new has to use this thing.
The official sponsor of You Guys Are No Fun.
When you handed me this, I knew that you were trying to embarrass me. Because it feels like I'm gonna break it.
If you break that, I will pay you.
Dude, this is the shittiest little promotional item for a game I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of them.
You ever seen like
Guess where that came from?
GameStop?
You know, like little kids when they first get to the cafeteria and they don't know how to open their milk?
Yeah.
That's what that looked like. Like you were going to do it, but it was going to explode out the top somehow.
Fire up that jam flavored.
Yeah, man. Fire up the jam
Band.
band.
Berry ill. I'm gonna open.
Does it taste like preserves?
Does it taste like Jerry Garcia's taint?
Ooh. That is not a good picture. Oh my god! I got like just a full mouth of vomit taste in my mouth. And then it has like an after finish of the can.
Now featuring unlined cans.
This is fucking garbage.
Do you mind if I try it?
Who makes that one?
Boulevard.
They're usually pretty decent. Why
Up
would they
and
do
down
that?
the boulevard.
Yeah, bitch.
There's no description on it.
They're just like, buy it.
Brewers
Go
are
ahead, I dare
always
you.
so like pretentious with the stupid little descriptions.
You
like
don't
that
say.
one. This one has something written on it. I'll read it when it's my turn.
Yeah,
But
it says this is not a drink.
This is
Please do not drink it.
Juicy Berry Trio is about all we're getting out of this one. Let me try.
Oh, that's what we're changing our name to.
That's
The
the
Juicy
name.
Berry Trio.
Because when Charles is here, it's 3 bears in a room. Yeah, you're right.
Very juicy.
Just that vomit flavor in the beginning, dude, and then it's that after canned bullshit taste. I feel like a lot of brewing companies focus on what they're going to put on the can instead of what they're going to put in the barrel.
Right?
I gotta hand it to Boulevard that they made a beer using 3 different kinds of berries, but it smells like Parmesan cheese.
Oh.
I don't know how they did that.
So it smells like feet.
It's amazing.
So it smells like feet, is what you're saying. Ugh. No, that doesn't taste like berries or jam or anything.
that tastes like children's medicine.
Think so?
Yeah.
But it does have an aluminum finish, doesn't it?
It tastes like a melted otter pop. Like that's the
Mixed
worst.
with codeine.
Yeah. It tastes like scissor, dog.
Cody, man, that scissor, that lean.
It's just like water. It's watered down a little bit.
Oh, that is a gross beer.
Boy.
All right, what do
I
we got
hope
here?
yours tastes like Flocka.
All right, so Lagunitas, good brewery.
Yeah.
This is Dark Swan Sour Ale.
That's the most generic looking label I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It looks super generic.
Observers of Yestercentury.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So pretentious. Observers of Yestercentury denied the existence of the Dark Swan, insisting the species was confined to a singular snowy hue. Explorers eventually contradicted that misconception, astonishing the world and casting light upon the dark.
I'm sorry, did you say astonishing? Is that a word?
I think I just mispronounced astonishing. Astonishing.
How many beers have you had again?
Did I say astonishing?
Yeah, you said astonishing.
I'm drunk, so it's part of the fun, right? Astonishing the world.
These fucking hipsters made up a word.
This beer may well do the same.
All right. Do you ever think we drink these and there's someone listening to you? That's my favorite beer.
There's a phone number.
Probably.
Okay, do me a favor. If you're listening to this, call 707-769-4495. Ryan, you want to put it on speaker?
Yeah. What is it?
707
Okay.
769 4495. Make sure I didn't mispronounce any of those numbers.
That was tasty.
70 staunching.
Calling Lagunitas Brewing Company, Petaluma. For the Schwag Shop, press 1.
Ooh.
For the Tap Room at Beer Sanctuary, press 2.
Beer Sanctuary.
For security, press 3. To leave a general message, press 4. To dial by name, press 5. And to reach our Chicago location, press. Thanks so much for leaving us a message. We're happy you're here. Heads up, we may use your message for marketing stuff, quality control purposes, or whatever. Cheers.
Is there a beep?
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Oh my God, bro! I just love the Dark Swan, man. It's so good.
God, it's so amazing.
Dude, we drank like 8 of them, and we're gonna go longboarding later. So thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Later. Okay. I hope they use that for marketing purposes.
Oh God, even that dude sounded like a twink.
She said we may use it for marketing purposes or whatever.
Or whatever.
Fucking California. I fucking hate California. Go ahead, drink a shitty California
All right,
beer.
let's taste the Dark Swan here. It's a dark beer, right?
It sounds tight. Dark Swan. Reminds me of the movie Black Swan.
Well, speaking of mud sharks,
yeah,
right?
It reminds me of the mud shark.
Let's chase the Dark Swan here. God damn it, I hate sour.
Wait,
Jesus.
is it a barn floor sour or is it a milky sour?
Well, let's
Neither.
see.
That's like licking a 9-volt battery.
So it like has a
Like getting your Red Wings.
Yeah.
It almost tastes like in the beginning it has like that IPA taste, and then it just finishes with just sour ass.
Right?
It's gross.
Sour
I'm
ass.
gonna love this then. Isn't that bad?
I don't like it.
Enjoy it. You know what? I'm just thinking about the aluminum beer I'm about to drink right now.
That's not bad.
You don't hate it? I hate it.
No, there's some sours I like and some I can't stand. The ones that taste like sour milk are the worst.
So Jesus Christ, you would describe this as a barn floor sour?
Yeah, it's more of a like a pig sweat kind of sour than it is like a rotten milk sour.
Pig sweat. Should have said that on their answering machine there. So your beer tastes like pig sweat.
It fucking gets me hard. I'm having a heart attack.
It tastes like pig sweat.
I'm going on round 4 right now. Call it, doc. Call the ambulance.
I need to hydrate.
How many shitty beers have you run through?
A lot.
Good question.
We're running out.
How
It's
can
hard
you
to
keep
find new
finding
ones.
them? Like that's what I was gonna ask.
Good thing
like,
Total Wine has a very good rotating selection.
Total Wine, the seasonal section.
Oh,
Total
yeah.
Wine.
Seasonal beers are always fucking terrible.
You know what's in season right now, apparently? Peaches
Oh, good.
and Mexican
Cream?
beers.
Oh. Well, it is Cinco. Today is Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Bueno Cinco. Cinco de Mijo is what I like to call it.
Cinco de...
Fifth of young boy.
Young boy.
Fifth young... Wait. What?
Mijo, baby boy.
What were you doing last night? My fifth young boy.
Cinco de
All right.
Mijo.
Well, let's get back on track. What were we going to do? We're just going to talk shit about GameStop for about half an hour?
Well, I mean, Alika, you just got back from Japan.
Yep.
Would you like to talk about that? What
Yeah.
Tell me how crazy Japan is.
before we get to the meat?
Japan is cool. I know you guys got it.
Cool. Moving on. GameStop.
Fuck what you have to say about Japan. Let's talk about this American tyrant.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't even
talk
know
about
if they're really a
GameStop.
tyrant anymore.
They I've hated them for a very long time. I remember when they started offering credit, like credit cards.
Yeah.
And it was like you're just preying on fucking like 18-year-olds
Yeah.
who love video games.
So I worked there when they introduced the credit card, and basically, I was like, they're getting people to finance.
How was the
their
interest rate on that bad boy? Pretty good.
I don't remember.
About 4% or so?
I don't remember, but I remember.
Say 44%.
The one thing that I remember is thinking they're getting people to finance their $50 games.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking terrible. Like, if you can't afford a video game, you shouldn't be buying a video game. Wait for the Steam sale or something.
They were just ruining people's credit.
Yeah.
Like kids, 18-year-olds. Like, yeah, start early fucking your life up.
Yeah, it was just, all around. I was there, like I said, for 10 years, so I put up with it for a while. But I was like, you do what you have to do. And I didn't really think about switching anywhere else because I was like, I'll climb up the corporate ladder. And you see all these people that have climbed up and have been there for a while, but it's the same people that have been there forever. So
and I bet, are they dead inside? I imagine
probably.
Dead inside.
I mean,
like
I don't know. I worked with
some
pretty cool upper management, but it overall was just
28.49% APR.
Damn, dog.
Yeah.
That's mental.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Minimum interest charge is $2.
Because you want to finance
So
God of War.
even if what you owe, if the 28.49% is less than $2, you still have a minimum interest rate of $2.
Yeah, why would you do that?
That's fucking crazy.
Fucking stupid. Fuck you, GameStop.
Do they still have the card?
Yeah.
What was the interest rate? 28 what?
I'm looking at their apply now. GameStop.com/credit-offers.
So what was that interest rate? 28.4?
28.49.
Okay. What would be the minimum monthly payment on that? Let's say you only pay $5 a month.
Minimum monthly payments are required, and at no time will the minimum payment due. What? I'm just
minimum
drunk.
monthly payments are due. Are you sure that minimum monthly payments are due? That's how credit
Oh,
card
is
works?
it minimum? It's 5?
It's 25.
Or 2? It's
25 is the minimum.
Then
monthly.
just save money for...
2 months.
Because it would take you 3 months to pay it off.
People need their fucking games now.
It's just stupid.
Let's say you bought a game and like a new system, so you're out $500.
Fucking hate GameStop.
And you only paid $25 a month.
How many dicks?
It would take you over 2 years to pay for your PS4.
And by then, you can get a PS Pro.
Yeah, by then it'll be obsolete, and the new one will be the PS Vita, or no, that's
right.
already an existing thing. PSX.
PS4 X.
PS1.
PS1.
Then Xbox 4. Xbox 5.
That's
terrible.
Stop
All right.
touching me with your
I
feet.
can't. I'm bold. Restless.
So, let's get back to Alika.
Now tell us your whole entire life story.
So you started, I assume, as just a new hire. Like,
Yeah. So I started, I
like
worked
so many of us.
you worked there for 10 years.
10 years. I started when I was 16, and
Wow.
and then when I was 18, 2 weeks after I turned 18, I was given keys to be key carrier.
Okay.
And
Okay. Because you were probably the person who'd worked there the longest.
yeah, right.
You're a senior employee. At that
Right.
time.
This kid stuck around for 2 years.
Yep. So I stayed, and the pay was okay at the time, and I would always think, I thought it was hot shit. I'm 18. These people are coming in here running their life, and I'm running a business.
Yeah.
That's the mentality that I had. So, and then 2 months after that, I was an ASM assistant manager, and then I had my own store not too long after that, and I was managing.
Holy shit! Sorry, boys.
Not yet.
Ooh, listen to that buzz.
Yeah, I don't know what I did.
I don't either, but he's coming in clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like whatever you did fucked it up, man.
Right? Fucking.
I literally didn't do anything.
Welcome back, Ryan.
We're trying to run a big production here, man.
Come on, man. Go back to Taiwan.
Oh God.
Get back on the boat.
I was on an airplane.
So yeah, I had my own store. I had one of the bigger stores that was supposed to be a big thing. It was and it was in West Side Phoenix.
If we didn't fucking spill beer on all of our equipment, we'd probably be okay.
Hey, listeners, donate money so we can buy a new fucking soundboard.
I had to put this little shelf up because we
new
spilled
mixer?
beer on it so many fucking times. I had to find a way to keep
What
it
is this
dry.
wee shit?
What?
You spilled beer on
You probably did once too.
I probably did more than once. I
No,
just don't
did.
remember
I don't
it.
keep be interrupting you, but I'm a fucking disaster. Also, I need to warn you guys, there may become a time during the course of this show that I have to just get up and take an emergency shit. And I just want you to know that something could happen. So
Okay.
Continue.
Sounds like a precursor to a right about now.
Continue on with the GameStop, and I'll let you know when I gotta get up and run.
Oh man.
Take a greasy old guy shit.
Don't run, okay? You got bursitis. Was that your first job ever?
It was my first job ever,
Okay.
and I would still consider it to be, I had a job where I was driving cars around for an auction lot, which wasn't really a job.
Right.
I did it a few times a week, and I was trying to leave GameStop. I was like, I have all this experience. I'll find something else.
Was it like a police auction lot?
No, it was just for dealers.
Oh, I thought
Dealers
it was
would
like
buy the
drug
cars
dealers.
and resell them.
Drug dealers' cars.
But
Barrett,
yeah,
what is that? The Barrett Jackson?
I don't know.
Oh, you drive the Batmobile.
So,
But
continue.
yeah, I worked and continue to work there, and it was just it's kind of a cutthroat business, everybody knows, everybody complains about how they're always shoving pre-orders down your throat and stuff, and that's because they want companies like Sony and Microsoft to know that there is a demand for physical copies of the game, because GameStop knew that eventually digital was coming.
Wow. I'm loud as shit all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if it's actually
What
the
is
sound
happening?
or if it's just the headphones.
You're very loud.
I know.
I fixed it.
know,
I
I'm
fixed
very
it. I
loud.
fixed it.
I'm coming in very loud.
very
here.
loud.
I am having to tone it down. I'm using my NPR voice, and now he's sneezing. This is how he sneezes.
It's funny you say NPR. When you talk about people that talk on NPR, they always go, yeah.
It sounds like an airline
It's
pilot.
always like, forget what the fuck they said. I don't know.
Right?
Line.
I was going to ask you a question.
I fixed it.
Ask away. I have 10 years of GameStop questions you could ask.
You're tenured.
Tenured.
What happens if you
tenured.
don't sell Game Informer?
Nothing really happens. Here's the thing. They didn't really have any, there wasn't any sort of corrective action for not selling Game Informer, but they would always threaten your job. If you're not doing this, you don't have a job, and blah, 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 blah,
So
blah.
you never had to fire anybody because they weren't selling Game Informers?
No.
Okay.
No. I've let people go, but not
But,
because
like,
they weren't selling Game
A bunch of
Informers.
16-year-old kids, when you tell them like you need to sell this magazine, you need to do it now, or probably like I need to sell this magazine.
I mean, I
or
wasn't
I'm
really
gonna
like
lose my
that.
job.
I mean, I'm not really a hard seller. I told him, I was like, hey,
I don't
just
know,
make
man.
sure.
You kind of seem like a dick.
I mean, I can be. I go for the assumptive sale approach.
What does that mean?
That means that I assume that they already want it when I'm offering it.
Oh, I mean, isn't that why people go to a store to buy something?
Yeah, but they didn't intend to buy Game Informer. They
Oh.
intended to buy God of War.
Yeah.
And I'll tell them, hey,
I used to subscribe to
You're
that.
like, so I got that Game Informer subscription on here for you as well.
I mean, I wasn't that bad.
Because that's assumptive.
That's so bad.
I've also got a pre-order for God of War 2.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Red
I've
Dead
got the
Redemption.
extended warranty for your disc, just
Yeah.
in case you scratch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that GameStop has implemented a lot of different sales strategies, buying all the other companies, selling toys and stuff now, because they know that the market, a lot of people don't really care to go to the store. I mean, me personally, because I collect stuff, I like to have a physical copy of games, but a lot of people don't.
Yeah, unless it's like a Steam sale, I still prefer to have the physical copy of the
Yeah.
game.
don't.
It just feels good. It feels good. You never know when the cloud's going to go
I
down.
don't.
Remember, we had that conversation.
I
You
don't
like
have
digital.
room on my bookshelf for any more fucking games that I won't play ever again.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I like
you get
digital.
those are the games you get on Steam. The games you're never going to play.
I've got, because of the Humble Bundle subscription, I
That
have
too.
so many fucking games I've never have any intention of ever playing.
I think I played less than half of my Steam library.
Yeah.
The percentages are insane.
Yeah.
But if you go buy a physical copy, you're going to play it. Probably not. I might even have some physical copies of games.
I
I've
have
never
a
played.
physical copy.
Hoppity.
Copy.
I have a physical copy of Battlefront 2 that I've still in the plastic. It's still in the shrink wrap.
Oh, you should keep that. It's going to be worth some money someday.
You've been slurring your words this whole show, man. I just have to question you.
That's-
for a minute. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, what else do we want to? What kind of shitty other practices like does GameStop up to? We want to know about.
Well, okay, so how old were you when you became GM of your own store?
18.
18.
Yeah.
Okay, that's when they gave you keys.
That's when they gave me. So within that whole like within under a year, like after I turned 18, I moved all the way up to head of the store.
You became assistant GM and then got your own location.
That was like within a few months.
Wow.
Wow. I've been working at the same place 12 years, and they never gave me keys to the building.
Yeah.
Yes, they have.
I know, but I just wanted
You
I
let
wanted to
yourself
make him
in,
feel
right?
special.
Well, I mean, there's nothing special about working like 60-hour weeks and getting paid for 40
That's what I was
hours of
going to
your
ask.
time.
How's the pay at that level?
So it was all right. It was like around like 35 a year.
That's not all right.
That's not great.
For me at the
You
time,
can
it was
make- You
okay.
can
For
make
an
that money doing
18-year-old.
Yeah.
telemarketing.
For me, it was okay at the time. And
I made 38 with bonuses included at GoDaddy.
oh, dude,
Yeah.
you weren't trying, were you?
Not a salesperson.
Yeah,
I hated my job.
no, I'm making somewhere around like
He's-
65.
Well, good for you.
So that's pretty cool. I mean,
He's making assumptive sales.
the assumptive sales is where it's
You're
all
just
at.
like, I have all these things in your cart for you. I'm going to go ahead and click
Go
checkout.
ahead and process that. Yeah, I'm helping people get the things that they
Yeah.
need.
Yeah.
The things
But-
that they didn't know they wanted.
Helping people get
But
the things they need.
But you know
Love
the big thing about working there, like I said, is the biggest thing that sucks is you're working more hours than you're getting paid, and then they're telling you have the best job ever when you know you don't.
you were on salary.
Yeah, and you were required to work at least 44 hours.
I would never work salary ever.
It's rough, man.
So it's like the Communist Party.
Yeah. I guess. Is it? I don't really know anything about communists. I thought you just stood in line to get bread.
No. Like if you have to go to party meetings, like you have to like believe that the party is the best thing ever.
Oh, like Freemasons.
You got to drink the Kool-Aid, man.
I love Kool-Aid.
Because if you ever say anything that makes them think that you didn't drink the Kool-Aid, then you might disappear one
you
day.
get cut. Man.
So it's like Jonestown. Drink the Kool-Aid or we're going to shoot you.
Exactly.
I like it. I like the Communist Party.
GameStop is the
You know
Communist
what?
Party.
From this day on, I'm a communist, and I'm going to start working at GameStop.
GameStop might not be around too much longer, man. After this console
hope
generation,
not.
man.
Yeah, I was doing
I-
some reading earlier to try to find some ammunition
Some
so we could
GameStop
trash
news?
them. There's a lot of financial websites saying that the end is near for GameStop.
Yeah, it's a different, you know, it's a
Good.
different, gaming's going a different direction, so.
Yeah. Between
Yeah.
digital downloads and...
It's the blockbuster videos of video
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, pretty
it
much.
really is. Like
digital sales are killing it.
I remember I was in a meeting. I was in a meeting with my district manager at the time, and it was a big thing when PS3 was coming out.
yeah.
And big meeting with our whole entire district, and he's like,
That was terrible.
"Who thinks that digital games are going to affect GameStop negatively?" And I was the only one that raised my hand.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I was the only
Are you
one. that
really
raised
the
my
only
hand.
one under 30?
Were they
I was the only one that raised my hand.
were they all in denial or just scared to stand up and say something?
I maybe both, but
Both.
the response from my district manager was immediately, "Sorry, Lika, but you're wrong." And I'm like, look at what's happening right now. It's like that doesn't take like a genius to see that, man.
Right.
Like, you know,
You were forward thinking, and they were like, "Sorry,
But they
uh,
gave him,
got
the,
bad
they gave him the
news.
keys.
I got bad news for you, Lika.
It'll never happen. I mean, look how good Blockbuster's doing.
The future is yesterday." Like what?
What is it? What did it say on your beer? Yesteryear or some shit like
Yester
that?
century.
Yestercentury? Tomorrow is yestercentury or some shit. I don't know.
The future is the past.
yeah, dude, it was bad. So I just, you know, I kept my head down. I worked.
Photographs of the future. Sorry.
No, you're good. Kept my head down. I worked, and eventually decided to make a career change. Man, it was just
Good, man.
That's good because GameStop doesn't sound like a career.
no, it's not.
Were you there during the Circle of Life?
Oh, Circle of Life is a constant thing.
Because that was a big thing
That's
in the
their
news
company.
not too long ago.
That is like their company thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain to me again what that is.
It's the Circle of Life, and it moves us all.
It's the Wheel of Fortune.
It all revolves
leap of
around
faith.
trades because that's
Trades.
where
Trades.
GoDaddy. That's where GameStop. That's where GameStop gets all.
That's
of
the
their
bread
money.
and butter,
Yeah.
right? Because they're giving you nothing for games and then reselling them.
Yeah.
Whereas they're buying them from the studios or developers or whatever.
They make
gotta
the
pay more
biggest
money.
markup
They make
off
like
of
$1 or
used
$2 off
games.
new games.
Yeah. But used games, yeah, they'll buy those from you for what do you get for as soon as like a sports game leaves the building, it's worth like 75 cents.
Seriously. Yeah.
It's crazy.
So it's gonna be done.
Do you have any idea how they do their game valuation, or does that just come in on a list on a computer?
I always try to figure that out the whole entire time I was there. How they base that. Usually for newer games like adventure games, I would notice they'd have specials where right after they came out, if you traded in on time, you get like $25 or something, or $30.
Wow.
But that's
almost half.
So something with a little more appeal, like because I get it with the Madden games, right? Every year a new one comes out and someone buys. There's not a new Uncharted every fucking year. Yeah. There's not a new Assassin's Creed. Oh, wait.
there was for a while, yeah.
Damn. Chester loves Assassin's Creed.
I love Assassin's Creed.
I'm glad they went to a 2-year model.
That's right. Polish it up.
Dial it back.
Yeah.
Produce a game worth playing.
What other shitty questions I don't want to ask about GameStop? How do they value your games? How is the pay at the management level? How is the pay at the starting level? Is it like a minimum wage job?
Oh, yeah, dude. It's what the thing that's not
32
good about
hours a week.
Is that no, you don't even get 32 hours.
No fucking shit.
So the people that work on the floor that they have that are not management usually work 1 or 2 times a week.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
this is really a job for like kids in school.
Yeah.
This is not an adult job.
Yeah, and then they give each store like 98 to 100 hours to distribute between everybody.
You get
maybe a little more.
Maybe hour pool.
Yeah, you get a pool of hours that you can schedule your employees. So I would get, when the new schedule would come in, they would say, hey, this is how many hours you have to work with, and you need to schedule them this way. So your assistant manager, had to have 40 hours.
Pulled out of that pool?
Yeah, pulled out of the pool automatically.
So you had to distribute 60 hours.
To the third key, because, the assistant and I have to have 2 days off.
Right.
And then the third key would not get 40 hours. Third key does not get 40 hours. That's at least when I was working there.
So he's like the second assistant director.
Pretty much, and then you would have your associates. You would have like two associates that work under there, and they would work like 1 or 2 times a week.
So instead of, did you only have 2 associates that like rotated, or did you have like 5 of them that rotated?
No, having 5 is too much because it's not worth it for them to stay. They're not working.
Right.
Right. So you only have 2 guys that work
2 or 3
2 days a week. Or they just they're never there at the same time.
They would work at night, so they don't ever usually have 2 people in the morning unless there's a big.
So when I go into a GameStop and I see 2 people, it's probably a manager or an assistant manager and an employee, like a regular employee. There's never like 2 regular employees there.
That's new to me.
I don't know. I'm just wondering how they do it. Like you would never see 2 like of your regular hourly guys there at the same time, would you?
No, not unless it was like a big lunch.
Huh.
Something like that.
So that other guy is probably, if I see another guy in there, he's probably the manager.
The one,
yeah,
the one by my house, like the 2 times I went in there, because I bought a used PS4. I was like, I'm never going to GameStop, but my family always gives me gift cards. So I had $125 worth of gift cards. It's like, all right, I'm going to get a PS4 finally. I go into the GameStop by my house, and there's this dude, and I'm like, I'll take a used PS4. That was my fault for buying the used one. Without shopping around and finding out, I can get a brand new one for the same fucking price that comes with a game.
Yeah.
So I buy it, and he's probably like just so happy. Like, sweet, this guy's going to buy one. I paid for the year warranty because it was used, and walk out the door, paid $300.
Right.
I get to work. Mark, who is a regular on our show, he was like, why didn't you just buy a new one for the same price that comes with a game? And I was like, that's a good question. Because I'm a dumbass and I don't shop for fucking deals. So I take it back. He's like, you got 7 days to return it. So I take it back, and I'm just like, hey, man, buyer's remorse. I want my money back. And the guy's just like, like, he's so crestfallen. But it's the same guy. He was the only guy in the store.
Yeah. It's always usually the manager that's there all the time because your hours, you don't have hours. That doesn't count towards the pool. It's basically you doing everything. And then, like, well, if you manage your hours right, you'd be able to get everything done. It's like you don't want to pay people to be here to do the things that you want us to do.
Right.
And that's the bottom line, man.
Wow.
That's what it is. Because anything that they can squeeze.
I'm sure. That is just, they're squeezing every fucking penny out of GameStops. And I just realized, because I once I got my money back, I called around and found one that had the Battlefront 2 package. for $300, and I spent an extra $20 with tax. Worth it to have a brand new fucking system with a game that I still haven't taken out of the fucking cellophane. But when I was there,
Loot crates.
That GameStop is across the street from a high school.
Okay.
And now, I always used to think,
now I just pull up a lawn chair and enjoy the view.
Well, I used to always think like GameStops are always in the parking lot of a Walmart. They're always attached to a Walmart
on purpose, so that way parents can drop their kids off.
Yeah, they're either in a mall or they're in a parking lot with a fucking Walmart. And now I'm thinking like, oh, but Walmarts are always close to schools. So there's a fucking strategic placing for these for sure.
So basically, that's one thing. Like when I worked there at every location, I always felt like a babysitter.
Yeah.
Because
people would just throw their kids inside and walk off.
And then I'm just like there, and then they would, everybody's playing the demo machines, and I'm just like, I'm not getting paid to babysit your kid. Right. If something happens to the kid while we're in the store, we're responsible.
Fuck out.
It's like.
Just every time you see a parent throw their kid in there and walk out, just call the police.
Should just blasted metal.
Right?
And some parents be like, I don't want you hanging out there. They listen to that Antichrist shit.
Right.
Some crazy stories.
Mom, what's marijuana?
I would like to hear a crazy story or two if you.
So yeah, I had a. This is a good one. So there's this guy. I won't say his name.
But it's Richard.
You're like a kid. You just call him.
Goat
Richard.
sucker.
We'll call him Richard. It wasn't his name, but
call him Justin.
Sometimes you would get calls from certain people, and they would call all the time.
Looking for Battletoads?
No, not that one. That's the classic.
You guys have live-action Battletoads?
Yeah, that's the classic one. But this guy would always call in and ask if we had Oblivion, but he would pronounce it Bolivian.
Bolivian.
There's clearly, do you have Bolivian? And this is when Elder Scrolls Oblivion was coming out on 360.
Right.
And do you have Bolivian?
Yeah, man, I got Colombian too.
I think he was special needs.
You want some of that Nicaraguan white? I got what you need, dog.
There was these recent stories about people opening old cartridges that they bought at like a garage sale and finding drugs inside.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Or
you were peddling drugs.
He wasn't interested in the game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Maybe
That's
he
smart,
was.
though. It's hella smart.
But like, yeah, they're yeah.
But this guy would come in. And he was I don't want to say guy. He was a kid. But he was like.
He was definitely special.
He was like 16, 17, 18, 19.
Did he have croquis on his glasses?
No, he looked like a normal dude. But so he would come in, and I'm not trying to make
croquis?
The things that hold your glasses on your head, because sometimes you're gonna have a fucking fit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm in no way talking shit or anything, but it was. He came in. He would always come in and
I don't know that fucking potato head.
he would come in and every single time he'd come in, I'd anticipate him to ask me if we had a Bolivian.
Okay.
And
okay.
Maybe
so cover. Maybe he's looking for coke.
So I was like, eventually I was just like. Yeah, we have it. It's right over there. It was the same conversation every time he came in, and then he would call sometimes. Do you have Bolivian? And I was like, yeah, we have it. It's really awesome. One morning I came in like 3 hours before we were supposed to open to get some extra work done, and for some reason he popped into my head, and then the phone rang. Early in the morning,
you guys had a connection.
We weren't even open, dude. It was so early. It wasn't even like a half an hour. It was like 2 hours before we opened.
A psychic.
And I go to pick up the phone, and it's him, man.
He's standing by the window, just watching you. Do you have Bolivian?
He asked if we had it, and I was like, no way. There's no way that I just thought of him, and then boom. Like, for some reason, he pops in my head, so I was like, yeah, we have it. I kind of had fun with it one time. He came in, and he asked if we had Bolivian. He goes, oh, is it a good game? And I was like, yeah. I was like, there's like... You can, ride on your horse, and you know how, like, in Grand Theft Auto, you can have drive-bys? You can have a horse buy in this one. Like, you can slaughter people on your horse, and there's, like, there's a moccasin shoemaking mini game inside. And he's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah. And then, like, there was another, like, so we had, you run into certain people, and
He finally buys it, and like he's
He
super
never
pissed
bought it.
that there's no
He never bought
game.
it.
He never
He
bought
never
it.
bought
He
it.
would just always ask if you had it, even
That
though he
was-
knew
That
it.
was the icebreaker.
Yeah, he always asked if we had it.
Oh, he
and,
just liked your hair. He wanted to
yeah,
smell it.
It's all good, you know. And then like one time, like his parents came
head and
in, and he's
shoulders.
like, "Have you seen my son?" And I'm like, "No, not recently." And then he came in 2 days later, and I was like, "Hey, you know your parents are looking for you." And he's like, "Oh, I was at my friend's house."
I got a
It was just
friend.
all nonchalant, like everything was.
You
all
know what he was
good.
doing? He was sitting at your house waiting for you to come home.
His
This
friend
is
had
my-
Bolivian.
This is
and
my friend. He's
He
going to
just-
bring me Bolivian.
He just lost track of time. He lost a few days.
So you know, you run into a lot of different. There's a different type of
I'm sure there's
people that shop at GameStop, but you know, I didn't really.
a lot of
I didn't have a problem.
autism.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with any of them. It was just it made it difficult. It's kind of difficult when you have people that want to always talk to you when you have so much to do.
Yeah.
Because people, you know, even to this day, I'll be somewhere nowhere near GameStop, and they'll remember me or the guy from GameStop because you're almost like a little mini retail celebrity,
Yeah.
you know, working for
Wow.
that industry.
Yeah.
Like I went to at 2 a.m. A friend and I took a trip out to Flagstaff, and in the middle point of going to Flagstaff at 2 a.m, I was hoping that there would still be beer. And there was a guy in the gas station. He's like, "You're the guy from GameStop." In the middle of nowhere, dude.
Wow.
Dead serious.
Do you have Bolivian?
You have Bolivian? Yeah. So
He's all, I got Bolivian.
I've been through pretty much all of it, everything that you could think of. I went through an armed robbery. I had to go to court for it and
Oh,
everything.
wow.
Yeah. That
Robbed
was
at
crazy.
gunpoint?
Robbed at gunpoint. Shiniest gun I'd ever seen.
Did he take money or video games?
Both.
Okay. That's
So
fair. I
he-
would
Hold
probably
on.
take both.
Now, I don't want to stereotype, but did he take Madden?
Yes. He did it. He did it. So here's the thing. So actually,
okay.
I'll tell you the story. I'll actually tell you the story. So he actually didn't take Madden,
Okay.
but he asked for Madden. So he came in.
Like, nah, bro, you got to pre-order.
You got Madden?
He came in.
Put me down for a pre-order.
Yeah. It was during the holiday, so usually you only get robbed during the holiday after a rush. So
Okay.
people
People
they'll
get desperate, you know?
yeah. So they usually there will be somebody
He's got
waiting
like 6
outside.
kids with different baby mamas to
Yeah.
give presents for.
So usually they'll be sitting outside waiting, right, for your rush to be done.
Yeah.
So we were done with the rush, and I was working with my friend. I had a friend working with me at the time I had hired, and the rush had died, and I forgot to cash drop.
Oh,
And we had all
damn.
kinds of
It's like
money.
you could smell it on you.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
so I hear the door ring, and I turn around, and this dude has just the bandana covering his face. And I'm like, immediately, I was like, damn it. So I was like, fuck, we're going to be robbed right now. Like, right now, we're going to be robbed.
Yeah.
And he
It'd
immediately...
be funny if you started coughing. He's like, sorry, man, I got bronchitis. Just like that.
So he comes in, and he pulls his bandana down, and he goes, don't push no buttons, don't do nothing. And he has a shiny
He
gun out.
pulls the bandana down?
He pulled it down. He pulled the bandana down, and...
What?
Yeah, the stupidest thing ever. He
Fucking
walked.
idiot.
Yeah, he walks in and he pulled the bandana
He
down,
walks
dude.
in with a mask and then takes
Takes
the
it off
mask
right when he
to
comes
Do
in.
you
talk
guys
to
have an alarm button?
No,
It's GameStop. It's not a fucking bank. Don't
Yeah.
push no
Don't
buttons.
push no
don't
button.
push no buttons, don't do nothing. And then I was just like, so my heart dropped because I'm like, God, man, my boss is gonna kill me. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, my boss is gonna kill me
How old
because
were you when this happened?
oh shit, I was like, I don't even fucking know, dude. It was like the last year I worked there.
Okay.
Second to last
So you
year.
were,
Actually,
like,
second to last year. So maybe
25.
yeah, around there, maybe
Okay.
26, 27.
So your boss is going to kill you because you didn't make the cash drop.
Yeah. So check this out. So this
But
is
that
the
guy
thing.
probably would have killed you if you did make the cash drop.
Right. So the dude, you know, takes money out of the first register. He doesn't take money out of the second register. And so he goes, "That's right. Give me the money." And he
Copy.
goes, "Give me an Xbox right now." And this was a 360 at the time.
Okay.
And I was like, there's no Xboxes up there. And he goes, "Well, where are they?" And I was like, "They're in the back." And he goes, "Well, let's go." And he goes, I was like kind of shocked.
He like gets to the door and he waits. And you're like, "Well, come on, you want an Xbox?" It says employees only.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked it was happening. So we took him to the back, And Microsoft, they have refurbs. They have Microsoft brand refurbs that look brand new. They come in Microsoft boxes. So
give him a refurb.
So my friend goes to grab the refurb box to save, because it's all by dollar.
Right.
Right.
To save the company money.
Yeah, to save your company money. So he immediately grabs the refurb, and he goes, nah, 250 gig with the Connect. Let's go.
Damn, he's been sitting out there thinking about that for a while. He's on Amazon,
He's
like out in the
savvy.
parking lot. He's like, oh yeah, that's the one.
That's a savvy robber right there.
And immediately after that, he goes, give me that Madden. And then I was like, dude, there's no Madden back here. I'm sorry. And he goes, all right, well, stay back here and don't come out. And he walks out, walking right past the camera with his. He looked
without his mask.
Without his mask, he looked right at the camera. Ended up going to court. Dude went to prison for like over 10 years over a 360. It dated technology now.
Wow.
Because he wanted.
And he didn't even get Madden.
By the time he gets out, that Madden.
It's only going to be worth about a penny.
That Madden won't be worth anything. That Xbox worth nothing.
Yeah.
Until Microsoft comes out with the Xbox Classic.
And then God of War 5 will be out.
Yeah. So
you can go get a PS4, PS5, whatever's next.
Whatever's next.
You run into a lot of different things there. So that was like the last craziest thing that happened. But yeah, it's little experiences, And now I work behind.
It's hilarious that while you're getting robbed, you're like, my boss is gonna kill me.
Yeah, and I knew I know it sounds
you
crazy.
Tried to give him a used Xbox. You're always pushing that used shit.
Fucking GameStop. Man, they had you guys fucking programmed.
Yeah.
Give him the used one. Give him the used one. Upsell him on a subscription.
Hey, before you go, man. Hey, you want Game Informer?
You want a warranty? You want to do the 1 year warranty?
That's how you catch him, right? You sign him up for Game Informer. I like to see a fucking idiot gave me his address.
Yeah.
I got his email.
Let's spam him. Oh. Well, hey. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for that story was actually fucking awesome.
That's a great story.
Yeah. Thanks for shining a little light on the GameStop, the Circle of Life thing. I think we talked about in the past, and it kind of sucks that that's their corporate culture thing. It's just like crappy.
Always push the U shit because that's how they make money.
The bread and butter.
Yeah.
But it was cool talking to someone that worked there, and just we still hate them, and we appreciate you, kind of like cementing that for us.
Hey.
Yeah.
If you ever want to come back.
All day.
Next time I'll tell you about my trip to Japan. There's more adventures coming.
Yeah.
There's actually some very interesting things that happen in Japan.
Yeah, I would like to hear that. But
I hope you had sex with a girl dressed like a cat. Great.
I'm sure it could have happened.
Well, for episode 30, I'm right. Oh yeah, we didn't plug ourselves.
We never.
Don't worry about it. Google us.
NoFunShow.com.
All right, for episode 30, I'm Ryan.
I'm Chester.
And I'm Alika. Thanks for having me.